Yeah, so the
look at
camera
him, he's
finally
running.
not shooting us.
Yeah,
so we can do something for Lapel.
Yeah, he's running, and he's straight out of the venue. Okay, so I guess it's just gonna be you and me for now, for just a bit. Colius, as Lafel gets some sun. See there, the Kadita Paquito again. So similar banning pattern from game number 2.
Wow. So the third ban, is it gonna be another same ban like the first game or the second game? Or even they wanted to try some more like banning Keyboy heroes, Kaja maybe?
Oh yeah, they might watch out for that. But I like that you mentioned here the adjustment that they could do is that just prioritize a different hero instead of a Claude. So maybe that's what we'll see. We'll see just a similar banning pattern as the last game. But this time the pick is going to be different on the side of, well, for both teams. Because if BREN Esports shift up their picks and they don't first pick the Claude, if they go either Valentina or Kaja, one of those two, then that means ONIC will pick up one of the other that's open.
Yeah. So it's gonna be different play style, different gameplay than the game 2. So we're gonna see Ling. Yeah, it's still the same with game 2. We're gonna see the last ban from ONIC. Is it the same too?
Yeah, the last one, it was a Uranus.
Uranus.
So,
yeah,
it is.
it's still the same.
Okay,
But
so it's just
now
gonna be a
we're gonna
different...
see. Is it Cloud or Valentina or maybe Kaja?
Oh, which one would you go for? Valentina or Kaja?
Valentina.
Valentina.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, sorry, I just ran back. I saw our boss outside. It's like, yo, go inside.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
So you're using the combat ritual again to come back to the studio.
Yeah. No, I use black shoes.
Wow.
Ah, so it turns out you're
so you
Lilia
leave
now
your
too.
shoes there. Okay.
Perfect.
That's where the smells came from.
Oh no!
Okay.
You started a war
now
here.
That's a bit personal.
Oh,
no?
man's just called man's feet stinky blood.
Be professional. Kaja? Claude,
No.
okay.
Yeah. Eve, Claude, and yeah, this will make AP BREN
Do
think
I
about
pick
if they're gonna
Eve?
pick up a
'Cause
Kaja.
they already have the Valentina. Okay, never mind. Valentina can be flex in the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although it will most likely still be a mid lane here for few. Now the question for AP BREN is if they are gonna pick up the Kaja. That's why ONIC felt like they didn't need to pick it up. They have the Eve, and usually like lineups that have a Kaja going up against an Eve, it can be difficult for a Kaja at times.
Yeah, but if Kaja waiting for the right momentum when real-world manipulation comes out, and then he just flicker and cancel the real-world manipulation using the divine judgment, it can be great.
Yeah, so that's what we're thinking about a carry pickup in the first phase here by AP BREN, and I think this is what AP BREN were thinking about earlier. We don't want to take a bit of time to farm. We'll at least pick up a marksman that deals damage.
Maybe BREN. I don't like the draft.
You really are banking on that curse.
Despise it.
Why?
Why?
Because it's just bad. Don't be clever. Don't even think about it. Just give your opinion.
You just
This
really
is what we're being paid for.
You just really don't want that curse to take
I'm
into
a
effect.
host, not an analyst.
Because that's why we are asking you first why you hating the drop. But yeah, with carry, he is denying about like when ONIC wants to pick some sustainable heroes, like maybe another Martis or another Fredrin, because Fredrin is still free right now.
Yeah, I think ONIC are actually gonna ban out a Hayabusa in this phase. AP BREN like to pick up a Hayabusa in their jungle.
Hayabusa and Hellcurt.
Yeah, Hayabusa and Hellcurt whenever there is an Eve that they're up against, or Farsa Artillery Mage, or Fredrin, because we know the Hayabusa can match up with the Fredrin in terms of the retribution, and then they also take out the Joy, which is a good ban in itself. Now, I think here for Kiboy, he might end up with something like either a Kufra, Cho, or Minotaur. No, they have to ban the Masha first.
All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Masha first, no Joy there, and another maybe can.
Do you know Rose's name is Joy?
Yeah, Adelaide Joy, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned it before.
Yeah, her name is Joy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Adelaide. Oh no, it's Adelaide, right?
Yeah,
Adelaide.
So many revelations in this cast, my brain.
Joy and Hayabusa banned out. I kind of feel like, it's okay, right, to ban the Kufra? Respect the boy.
Yes, please.
The key boy.
Oh, you're gonna choose what you're gonna respect, the Kufra or the Cho.
Because both of them still can. He works with the ONIC drop right now. Yeah. With Cho, you can like using the Way of Dragon to kick out carry from the team fight, or even the Kaja when he do some setups.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough decision right now for BREN. Which one they're gonna ban out? Either the Kufra or the Cho. Either or would be great for Keyboy right now, and we know Keyboy can play those heroes incredibly well. Gonna be one of those.
Our lot.
Okay, so they'll leave the choice up to ONIC. Which one it's gonna be? Okay, so if it's an R-Lot.
I'm thinking about an underrated heroes to be used by ONIC. What do you think about Ruby? Facing against Kaja,
Ruby.
carry, Ruby can be
Oh,
good.
that messes up the entry of the Kaja and the
Yeah.
Valentina at times. And that's one of the combos that we actually see before with Ruby. But no, of course it's going to be the Kufra.
Just tricking you.
Yeah. No, but honestly, the Ruby would have been
Yeah, it can
a
be
great
good.
pickup, yeah. Sort of fallen out there, but we'll see what else they slot into it. AP BREN.
They need jungler and the XP laner.
Yeah. Jungler and XP laner for sure.
For, but the Fredrin is still flex, right? It can be used by boots.
yes.
If they want to, like, picking the last is for the jungle.
Well, since in MPL Indonesia, Fredrin XP's struggling, I think this might still be a Fredrin
Jungler.
in the jungle. If this is going to be a different pickup in the jungle here for ONIC, then it's going to be a surprising pick. I wonder if BREN are thinking about picking up the Martis for themselves this time around. Right? This time they'll just play the Martis in the jungle, and then
is still free.
okay, they pick up the Labu, and there,
Ah.
you have the Martis.
Okay.
Good shout out. Now, just the final pick for ONIC here, just to see whether this Fredrin is going to the jungle or EXP.
Needs to be something faster scaling, because right now this is again similar to the game 1 draft of ONIC, where it's a bit too mid to late
Yeah.
game focused.
Agreed.
Bane can be great.
Oh, yeah.
Bane can be
yes.
great, yeah.
Bane would be not bad.
Oh no, but they're gonna give up the deadly cash to the Valentina.
So,
But I
Actually, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
no
so-
problem.
Bane, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's still a choice. It's the real world manipulation or the deadly catch. I'm
And
sold on the Bane, but where will it go? In the jungle, and then it's a Fredrin XP?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
they want to pick Bane.
Fredrin XP not bad. What? Just you have a flicker.
Facing
Right.
against Lapu is a good matchup too. And Grok.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, you know
Grok
what?
jungle?
Here's the thing.
No,
I
Rocky
think
XP.
Oh,
I
XP
think
for Butcher.
both drafts are pretty mid. Do you guys want me to explain?
No. I'm
Well,
agree
we
with you.
don't have enough time anyway, so we're going straight to the casters.
I like the way that both teams have actually picked up something from their opponents and adjusted to their own flavor.
Yeah, they definitely have adjusted it to their own flavor. I love what I'm seeing from ONIC. I think it's a really, really good idea from the side of BREN. They've set this up really nicely, but more importantly, it's all about those first 5 minutes of the game.
This right here is Gideon, and I'm Leo at your service. It all comes down to this. No more Game 4, no more Game 5. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait for the playoffs for that. But right here, right now, tonight, only one of these teams walk away the victor. Is it AP BREN? Is it ONIC? We're about to find out. Again, you predicted ONIC. I predicted BREN, but I was already wrong, so you have a chance to be right, my friend.
There's a potential here. There really is going to be a potential, and I hope by the end of the SPS that I'm going to be sitting on top of the standings amongst the casters and predictions. But who knows with this? Who knows with the way the teams that have been playing so far, and considering that they're coming back from bigger tournaments, coming over here and showing off what they've got, the level of polish that we're seeing is surprising so early on in the
That's
tournament.
right. And not just the polish, the fact that they're able to throw back to certain lineups that have worked in the past in niche situations, and as well are injecting these new elements in the metagame to varying results, makes for quite the show, right? Makes for something that the fans all over the world of both of these teams, of MLBB Esports, it gives them something to just be happy about. Going into the game right now, it's an orange start for both of our junglers, Kyle TZ and Kyrie, with Kyle actually being maybe what, a clip faster.
Yep, it's a standard start here, and not to mention that, especially when you have a Grok, you have the ability to manipulate the waves, especially within the very first wave that spawns, but all you got to do is sacrifice your level 1. So in the meantime, it's going to be a slow start. Pause has been called, not sure from which side, but at the very least, we can kind of predict what's going to be happening in the first couple of minutes, especially when it comes down to that level 4. That first neutral fight is going to be quite interesting.
Yep. All right. So despite the graphic not actually being on yet, this allows for us to actually digest and understand the emblem sets brought in by our players. Something to note, the difference between Kyrie and Kyle TZ's Fredrin, or rather Martis, right? Martis on Kyrie earlier, who was the MVP, was just decimated. I got hit by the decimate. After the Maniac, it hit me, right? He was actually rocking a tank emblem.
Yes.
With all of the stuffings. Here this time around, Kyle TZ rocking assassin emblem, plus thrill, plus Weapon Master plus Lethal Ignition. I don't know how correct that is. Let's do it again.
Yep, one more time, just to double check this to make sure that this is
All
correct.
right.
There we go.
Assassin Emblem, Vitality, Season Hunter, Killing Spree.
All right.
So this is closer to the standard.
Yes, this is a lot closer to the standard. And more importantly, the fact is he goes for the killing spree. He's going to get that extra bit of movement speed, and it's going to keep him alive. It's two very, I wouldn't even say different ideas, but two very different pathways to get there, right?
Yep.
With Kyrie's build, he's really, really tanky. He can last all the way to that last hit and then get the movement speed from the Asura's aura, his passive. But if we look at the opposite side, I'm just gonna, 50%? All right, 100 to 0 you.
Kyrie starts chunky. Kyle TZ stays chunky. All right, okay, back into the game. Luckily, the pause was relatively faster than we expected. Kyle TZ here gonna score the Little Wanderer. Wow, Keyboy is just playing with fire right now.
Exactly. And the beauty of Kyle TZ's build is the fact that he's going to have that extra penetration. So people like Keyboy won't be able to kind of tank him for too long, especially when he stacks up those auto attacks. But I'm very curious about the bottom side of the map. Oh no, Keyboy's in so much danger. He has to flicker away. Kyle, he's not letting him go through. Decimate into auto attacks. What did I tell ya?
Yeah, again, playing with fire. He knows that he's in danger, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna try. Oh.
He's not really going to hop over that wall. Hops over the wall.
Wow.
Oh, no,
Is it gonna happen to Boots too?
Boots too! He's away from the wall. He doesn't have his power of nature to cancel out the Asura's aura. He gets the live for now, but this could be a potential dive. I'm waiting for the mid laners to get involved here. Phew, he's on the way, but Kyrie is going to stop him. He doesn't want this dive to go. And Boots, he's losing out valuable EXP.
And now look at Kyrie and Keyboy trying to repair the situation.
Oh,
Kyle
no.
TZ with another one. Flap TZ with the jump!
He's already landed the stun. Rage play into the Decimate. Kyle TZ gets a free secondary kill. All this within the first 2 minutes of the game.
And this puts AP BREN 1,000 and change ahead at 2 minutes, giving this free turtle over to the black and yellow. That's not very helpful.
no.
I'm sorry. To the black and yellow for the Philippines. There you go.
What's worse is that AP BREN have not let their foot off the gas.
No.
They've zoned away Boots, forcing him to recall a second time, and now trying to commit Grand Theft Purple. Ogwin, he goes on forward, tries to make it happen, but Sans is going to stop it all in his tracks with a real one manipulation. Keyboy's in trouble. He gets finally hit by the Divine Judgment, but it doesn't matter. Kyrie might look for a trade back. Boots is able to pick it up, but Kyle TZ has already got the double, won't be able to find the triple.
All right, so good news, bad news. Yeah, ONIC got a kill, finally a trade off of that engage, an extended engage. But just the same, it really didn't lead to much. By taking down Flap TZ, and Boots still had to go home, Ryan knew. Boots still had to go home. This still allows for Kyle TZ to make, what, an extra 200 gold off of the plate?
More than that, in a matter of fact, he was able to steal camps. He's going to get this gold crab. He's invaded the opposing side, and let's not forget that this top side is probably going to fall relatively soon within the next 2 minutes or so.
And what this allows for, Gideon, is two strong sides for AP BREN, right? You have bottom lane, wherein you have CWC, who's not quite ready yet, and the Super Marco, who plays carry in his sleep. So despite this being a 50-50, in theory, I'd give the advantage over to Super Marco, who picks up the corrosion site at 325, right? And then you have top lane, wherein Boots is, again, much like game one, denied the opportunity to be annoying.
Yeah, and that's the worst part, right? I mean, right now we're seeing that CWC is just clearing out the waves. He wants to minimize his trades against Super Marco, but he's a level down. Boots, on the other hand, especially if you're an EXP laner, as soon as you give that first kill away, the lane is basically over. This is Flap TZ's zone. He is comfortable, and he doesn't mind. Oh yeah, Boots, you have 1 extra kill, I have 3 assists. I've generated more money than you.
And given the fact that Boots is rocking Quantum Charge, he's playing a Grok that actually wants to fight. But he's denied that opportunity. And the fact is, Flap TZ with the Brave Smite and Fighter Emblem, Lapu Lapu, he's been playing this way since what? Early 2020, man. When Project Next came through, this is what Lapu Lapu, this is what Flap... See, I get it mixed up. This is what Flap TZ was breathing, and now there's a pull!
Yep, immediately Keyboy goes down so fast! 22% was more than enough for the Decimate to take him out, and even Sans can't believe it. The real one manipulation used in time, but still didn't matter.
Kyle TZ sitting at 5-0-0. Kyrie, gotta watch out for it. Retribution battle!
He's gonna try. He's 2 levels down, but Flap TZ is going to make the opportunity for himself. They back away, and they continue the oppression.
I declare thee guilty. Kyle TZ actually stole it. Grant that purple.
Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not going to be a fun game for ONIC. Let's just say that, right? This early to mid game is going to be devastating. They know that it's all about Kyle. And even if Kyle finally scales off, Super Marco is having the time of his life. He's up 400 gold in the lane already.
So, silver lining here, much like in game 2, being on the optimistic side for all of the Sonics out there, CWSK hasn't died. In the 5 minutes that AP BREN haven't stepped off the gas, CWSK doing well to protect themselves. But when and where is that going to come into play? We're about to find out. The fact that Keyboy is on the Kufra gives me some hope, at least with the Sonic within me. I was a Sonic in and out, die hard the other night, right? So I'm hoping that maybe there's a catch from Keyboy. Hell, maybe there's a catch from Boots. Boots has a flicker while charge. He can do something.
It's possible. It's possible. But let's think about the people who want to be in front. And I think it's going to be FlapTZ or Kyle TZ who's going to absorb that hit. They're going to be the big two who has to not only block, but open up the map relatively simple for them. FlapTZ purchasing the Bloodlust Axe here.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even mentioning FlapTZ, right? You mentioned Kyle. You mentioned how the peel is going to come through. And then you have FlapTZ looking for that back angle. Oh, it's difficult, all right? So now, given this little moment here to actually iron out a few kinks for all of our players here, this allows for us to actually figure out what's going on. 5-1 at 6 minutes, right? All turtles over to AP BREN. This is much worse than what Game 2 looked like for AP BREN.
It's terrible, in a matter of fact.
For ONIC.
For ONIC, especially. I mean, look at this, right? Think of it this way. Boots, he's already got the rapid boots. He's already got the Sea Halberd as well. He's trying his absolute best, but his best is not going to be enough, right? Especially when we think about it, he's looking for big team fights. He's also looking for the marksman. If the marksman gets a Winds of Nature, he's going to be out of this game. So it's all up to Kyle to continue pressing the advantage. So real question that I want to throw to you, does he greed out Hunter Strike into BOD?
Instead of building at least some semblance of like a Dreadnought and like...
I mean, to be fair, he's got the steel leg plates already.
Okay.
Like, he's... Again, you don't see that many junglers at this level get away with this much.
Yeah. No. He stays the course. Again, the two Jerkins are already on the way to a Dreadnought. So yes, Kyrie, stay the course. This is what you need to do. You're a Fredrin. You know what's up. You have to be able to tank the damage and then bonk in return. Looking at Boots, though, that's where I think he has a real fork in the road. That's wherein he really has a conundrum, a pickle, if you will. He's in a pickle, as they would say, because he now has the option to either greed out or build some semblance of a defense.
Oh, that's true. And no, I'm looking at his emblems. He decided to go for Master Assassin. So he actually wanted to dominate this lane. Rather interesting. I was expecting him to go for a little bit of that Weapon Master so that he can scale towards the later stages.
It didn't happen.
Have that punch? Man, wow, interesting choices.
It didn't happen. So here's another point that we can actually discuss. Given the fast pace of this game, if we were in game, I would not be able to bring this up. Check it out. The economy happening here in the 6 minutes that we've elapsed so far. This is what's scary, Gideon, right? You would know. In a game like this, when the gold disparity are on very specific roles, it's all the more dangerous because your opponents know what's going on. Between Kyle and Kyrie, 2K. Between Marco and CW, about 1,000. So if in those roles you have this huge gap, all the more it's going to be difficult to recover.
Yeah, and the last 500 gold is basically to everybody else in the game, right? So again, this is now developing into a 4K lead. It's really tough for Kyrie to play the game at this point, and Kyle, he's 2 levels up, so he basically wins and can take every neutral objective with his eyes closed, honestly.
Yeah, this is why in your ranked games, folks, please practice what we preach, right? Martis into a Fredrin is a winning matchup. The Fredrin is just going to be so awkward. He's just going to be, can I, maybe not. And then next thing you know, you're looking at this kind of situation right here. Free turtle, last turtle of the game over to AP BREN. All the while, ONIC is left to try and recover, find the scraps that's on the map. Look at Kyrie. They're going to try to take this purple, try to punish one.
World manipulation is already out here, but the wild charge coming in from Few is not bad. Knocks him to disengage the rest of the team, but here comes FlapTZ to look for anybody. Really flickers for it, gets the stun onto Kyrie's side, Rage Blade onto him, and the backline, it's going to be Kyle who sees Keyboy, takes him out with the help of Few, and I'm surprised Kyrie didn't die there.
Yeah, no, it was Keyboy eventually. Something else to consider, Ogwin didn't die, nor did Marco. So there were a lot of players here in that last team fight near the purple pit of AP BREN that was living on the edge. But just the same, the reason why ONIC couldn't force the issue and couldn't come out with more at the end is because AP, again, have the firepower advantage. This 4K gold lead, it's not nothing, it's huge at 7 minutes.
Absolutely, it's gigantic. In a matter of fact, the EXP differential is already putting a lot of hurt
That
into
too!
ONIC. Like,
That too!
I mean, if you had to put the numbers next to each other, it's not even about the goal. Just the levels alone gives them more numbers and more stats. But now, I think, especially for ONIC Esports, they actually made an interesting play there, right? To make the attempt to flip the gold over.
And they got away with, at best, right? I'm being very optimistic here. A gut check. Like,
Yeah.
all right, this is what AP BREN is willing to put on the board. We can do better. We'll see you in about 2 minutes, right? That's what's going on here. Because, again, you're still looking at CW Ski. And also Sans, I guess. Yeah, no, Gila Sans hasn't died yet.
Nope, he has
That's Gila.
not. He's trying to scale up, but again, it is a Yves. It does take a little bit of time. The items aren't exactly very cheap. But now, Laptizi, he's trying to get on out of there. Kyrie is slowing him down, noticing that Kyle and Few are in position to try and punish him. But Kyrie, he's not afraid. He's not afraid. He has reinforcements.
All right, so with that being said, slow push down bottom. Tier 1 for AP BREN, very close to going down. The first major win for ONIC, maybe, if they can actually get that. But with Lord spawning on this side of the map, it's less likely to happen. AP BREN is going to keep tabs on that, going to do their homework, make sure that they do at least the bare minimum and clear that. And then they might actually force a fight here in mid. Keyboy with the stretch.
I mean, they're sending boots here. Keyboy opens up the mid rush. CW's he's taking way too much damage, but he clears out that mid side. AP BREN still have a lot going for them. Open even using the conceal just to deter the rest of ONIC Esports, right? Top side is pushing, and this is going to be a 50-50. Kyrie is going to make the attempt. It's going to be tough. Real world manipulation comes up right in the corner. Kyle is able to secure it. Now in the back line, getting time for Laptizi. He's trying his best, but Keyboy is the first to fall. Next will be Boots, but the without touch and the flicker out of there. He saves with just a sliver of health.
2 for none here, and I'm counting the Lord. AP BREN get away with a very close contest, and don't lose a turret along the way. I could have sworn bottom lane was going to go down, and here we see CWski doing his best to try and push up top, but BREN have done so well to disperse after that conversion.
Yeah, and the gold earned leaderboard. How does Super Marco have more than Kyle? Kyle has 6 kills on his side while invading ONIC Esports' jungle. He had access to everything, but somehow Super Marco is richer than him.
Did Marco bring back avarice? I don't know, man. Does he have avarice again? No, it's just he's staying in the lanes much longer and getting the maximum returns on that, while Kyle TZ's playing footsies and then taking camps.
Oh, let's not forget that he's also taking the bottom side camps as well because, well, Kyle, he doesn't need the extra camps. He's invading for them.
Yeah, so here's something else to count. The first 5 minutes are where the extra gold comes through for the junglers. So yeah, Boots here in trouble.
He tried to escape with the wild charge, but really, there's nothing he can do about this at all. ONIC maybe looking to respond here. They know that Few doesn't have his ultimate. They know that Kyle is still on that cooldown for that decimate, but really, they're not going to find anything.
Gotta admit, that was pretty cool when all 3 members use a Cyclone Knight at the same time.
Right? It was
All
pretty
right,
sick.
we'll move on. Now, looking at the item game here.
Oh.
Still, oh lord, the gold lead from each role. Each player for BREN Esports is just slowly becoming light years away. At worst, it's what, 1,000 and change ahead. At worst.
At worst. And the worst part about it is this game is slowly falling out of the hands of ONIC, right? Because even if we start considering what the late game generally looks like, I would say that there is much better scaling from the side of AP BREN.
Yeah, and the fact that they got there at mid-game, the fact that we're not even looking at a Luminous Lord quite yet, makes Super Marco's carry a renaissance pick. He did so well in MPL Philippines Season 10 in his debut season. And now here at SPS, after winning back-to-back international accolades, he's here. He's here and he's introduced himself to the MSC back-to-back MPL ID champions and said, "What's up? Marco here. AP BREN."
AP BREN.
Hello.
I don't know. I don't know whether it's because of the the big acquisition coming in from AP as well as BREN, but they're different. They came back from Saudi very different.
They feel diff. Literally, they feel diff. I had a conversation with them earlier. It's like, yeah, half of us, coach, are still jet lagged. Half of us flew 14 hours and some of them didn't sleep. Yep, their manager and one of their players, Pandora, came from the Philippines. They're okay. They're only suffering the hour difference. So yeah, this is amazing coming in from a team that did so much the past week.
Yeah, and more importantly,
Coming through great.
honestly, with 14 hours on that plane, it feels like they've just been scrimming the entire time on the plane itself.
And watching MPLID.
Yeah, at the same time, because why not? Gotta maximize the time somehow, because this game has only accumulated a total of 10 kills with the combination of both AP BREN and as well as ONIC, 8-2.
Yep, and with this net difference of maybe what, 8,000, 7,000 gold, it's not bad. We've seen so much worse. But just the same, once we go back into the game, that's where you're going to see the huge difference, the colossal difference between these two. The map is blue.
Yeah.
The map is all AP.
The worst part about it is that,
Oh.
just as we get in the call, you can literally see Boots making the call here that something is up. We'll have it fixed. Don't worry, competitive integrity is always going to be at its highest here at the Snapdragon Pro Series. But more importantly, that upcoming Lord, the next neutral objective fight is going to be pivotal. This could be the last nail in the coffin for the side of ONIC, or it could be the rejuvenation.
All right, so with that being said, let's talk about brass tacks, all right? What are the chances that ONIC make a play and contest? I'm putting it at a very generous 6%.
Ooh, that is a very generous
94 to
6%.
6.
94 to 6?
I want to pick those weird numbers. I don't want to go like 90. I don't want to go like 95. So 96 to 4.
Oh, man.
No, 96, 94 to 6, yeah.
94 to 6. I would say that the odds of ONIC actually going for it, they're probably not going to touch it at all.
There you go.
I think they're going to give the neutral objective over. They're going to give the Lord over, and they're like, okay, we'll play with open inhibitors if we have to. They need to find the perfect pick coming in from Kibo. He needs to find a great engage.
All right, open inhibitors, I don't think we're going to get there. They have amazing wave clear. This kind of lineup, looking at it now, has about a 4.5 out of 5 on a scale of wave clear. I like it. Dude, Grok can take one lane.
Okay.
You can plant the Eve in between 2 lanes.
All right. So you're coming from the angle that these people can wave clear. I
Yes.
agree with you. But it's not safe.
There you go. That's
even
different.
for
That's
CW.
different. Capability and sustainability are 2 different things.
Very, very different. Because if we're talking about Sans, he can clear waves and he can do it safely. But if we're
Sure.
talking about both Grokken as well as CW, they're going to have to commit a decent amount of resources,
Yep.
and there's no guarantee they survive
Yep.
from it as well.
Yep. Positioning, right?
Yeah.
So, Sans, sure. The rest of them, forget about it.
Roll the dice.
I'm afraid for when that does happen because, folks, the next Lord is going to be Luminous. How many more seconds, by the way? I actually zoned out and spaced out just doing the math. How many more seconds on the map until the Lord? You would
Map
remember.
until the Lord, because it's 10 minutes 57 now, so technically it would be at 11 minutes 30, if I remember correctly. No, that's definitely wrong. That's definitely
All right,
wrong.
but
I'm
when
pulling
it does
numbers out of the
spawn,
air.
it's Luminous. When it
Yes.
does spawn, it jumps.
Yes.
Okay. It tramples through. Okay, it crashes into X number of turrets, where X is the number of turrets left in that lane, which is 1, right? Like, we're down to the inhibitors for ONIC. And AP BREN here, Coyote's inviting you to watch. If you want to see him, if they do make it through to the playoffs, and by the way they're playing now, they're looking great. You can see them at the playoffs alongside with all the other teams that are going to make it through there. But Gideon, I have to share with our good viewers here, there's good news and the bad news. The bad news is only 6 of these teams move on.
Yep, 6 of these teams will move on, and also the mythical section of those tickets are also gone because people have been purchasing them
Yep.
really, really fast as well. So you guys, if you want to check out these teams, and especially if you want, hopefully your favorite team makes it into that 6, then you got to pick them up as soon as possible.
Oh, but the good news is it's very affordable.
Oh, yeah.
We still have some Legend tickets, and you can still make it and join us at the playoffs. They're very, very affordable. So come on down. Book a ticket right now. I'm telling you, you can fly, especially if you're from the Philippines and Malaysia. You can fly.
you can definitely fly. No, another pause. Come on, we were so
Believe in
close.
yourself. Anything is possible. AP, you can fly.
You can fly, AP. You got wings, brothers.
Come see us now. All jokes aside, we would love to have you there. This is, I'd say, 2023, year of MLBB land. We've been all around the world, man.
It's true. We have been all around the world. And more importantly, I feel like the roadmap that Munton gave initially at M4, I didn't really expect it to be an entire tour. There is literally no break. MLBB, day and night, there's always something to watch.
Hell, even in Snapdragon alone, man, even the SPS, there's MLBB all the time everywhere. A, B, and C. All right, and the folks here at A, don't click out, right? You keep us in the background, and then go check in the B and C as well. Go see our good friends over there. See what's going on.
If only we knew the results of the others. I would like to check, but at the same time, I can't miss a moment from this game.
I'm so invested. I'm so invested. We've done the math. We've talked about comeback potential. We've talked about the upcoming objective, but when it does come down to it, man, it's just these players. It's just these teams. 5 versus 5.
5 versus 5. I'm hoping that somebody makes a breakout play, and it's not going to be the people that you're going to expect, right? Since it is Snapdragon Pro Series, we have seen players like Kabuki on a carry, per se, to make some incredible plays of his own. Whether or not it's going to be very similar in this case with AP BREN, I don't know, but that's what I'm hoping for. I'm tired of seeing the natural, I'm a playmaker, I'm playing Arlet, I have to do something. Somebody else needs to fill that role.
Okay, so here, I think it's safe to say Kyle TZ is on his way to becoming one of the greats, right? Confirmed. Carl TZ, best in the world. Kyrie, the one. Kyle TZ, though, with the way that he's playing the smartest at 6-0-2. There you go. I'm a Martis.
He is a Martis. He has a nasty Martis, as a matter of fact. But with that being said, that's enough for us for now. While we go on a bit of a short break, we're going to be throwing it over to the analyst to help break it down for you guys.
Honestly, when Leo was saying, like, look at me, I'm a Martis, it reminds me of Gert as saying, like, I'm a cat wearing a backpack with a raincoat.
Remind you of what?
No, like you know, some girls like, babe, this is me. I'm a cat wearing a raincoat.
I get it.
I'm just saying he's cute. I would rather if they talked.
That's what you meant.
I would rather if they just go
on.
But for some reason, we need some extra talk time. I'm fine with it, but you know, what do you guys feel about the game?
For me, I think they give the taste, the ONIC, they give ONIC to taste their own meta or strategy during on the second game.
Definitely, just a taste of their own medicine. It was we called it right before it came up. Oh, Martis would be great here. They pick up the Martis and they're like, yep, you can do it. We can do it too.
Yeah, you know what? AP BREN's like, you know what? That's a good draft.
Yeah.
Why don't we try it?
And
it worked out.
Ironic because the first thing they picked up was Valentina.
Yeah.
And literally they're saying, I am you.
I met Ducky outside, just letting you guys know.
Oh, did you ask him anything?
He asked me things. He's very nice. He's like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you doing okay? Do you want to sleep?
Yeah, that's Coach Ducky, by the way, of BREN Esports.
Yeah.
AP BREN.
He's very sweet. He's just like, hey, after this, if you want to hang out, we'll just be hanging around here. Such a nice guy.
Man, I've known him for years. He's never asked me that.
And me too. That's dark.
Maybe because I didn't like the draft. He was like, you know what? I'm going to be nice now. Or he knows I'm voting for ONIC. He's just like, you know what? You're my win condition.
Okay.
Yeah, Ducky, he understands the meta. He's like, you know what? I'm liking me some Malaysian here. Wait, no. Sounds weird.
Malaysian analysis.
The analyst.
Malaysian analysis.
Yeah.
I'm not an analyst anymore.
No.
Hey,
so man, you're in the
now.
desk. You are an analyst. Too.
No, I'm just here as a host. I've actually consulted with Mirko because he went to the University of Medicine all around the world. He checked me out, and I don't know why, year by year, my IQ keeps dropping.
There's maybe some leak.
These are like a leak?
Yeah, maybe.
Brain cells can't come out. Don't you know that? Isn't it like public knowledge?
Yeah.
Sometimes even ranked knowledge, professional knowledge.
Maybe you can check your
Tournament
IQ too
knowledge.
now after this.
I know. I'm
It can be raised or it can
I'm
be
just put
dropped.
into a very awkward position.
No,
right
it was
now.
crazy because I was like bragging. It's like, yo, I got like 80 IQ, and then someone who's like, dude, that's actually kind of low. So to everyone with 80 IQ, sorry, man, hate to break it to you. Get some more books and learn something.
Yep. But if you
Come
look
on,
at,
talk!
at the emblem now, yeah,
I am
I'm trying to
dumbfounded
talking right now.
I
yeah?
am dumbfounded. Like, how do you want me to react with everything that has been said so
Be
far?
clever.
Just talking about the
talk
emblem.
about this.
Yeah, the
All right,
emblem.
okay.
Look at the Lapu Lapu. It's all fighter.
Yeah.
He's just want to use the sustainable, the lifesteal, the
Yeah.
spellband that he can use.
Yeah,
Especially
Brave Smite.
using the Justice Blade, Raging Slash.
Yeah, and it makes sense for him to pick that up, even though it's a 6-second cooldown for the Brave Smite effect. Team fights are relatively long, especially when you have a Lapu Lapu around the lifesteal that you
You're
can
relatively
get.
long.
Yeah.
In fact, you stepped up.
Yeah, I have.
You've grown much. White shot. Look at him. He's growing taller.
Yeah, I
He's-
wasn't this tall during Malaysia, which was 2 weeks ago.
He stepped up.
I've hit a growth spurt, apparently.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Being in
so quick.
Jakarta gave you more bones.
Maybe
yeah.
the gravity between Jakarta and Malaysia is different.
Yeah, it was a gravity thing, weirdly
Uh-huh.
enough.
Yeah, in Jakarta you have less gravity here.
Yeah.
So
That's
you're
why you
a
can
little bit
fly.
flying right now.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
can
not
fly.
that I'm floating. That is less believable than me somehow miraculously getting 5 inches in height, guys.
5
So
inches.
let's go with that.
5 inches is a lot.
In
That's a
height,
lot.
yes. Hey, emblems. Look, there's boots.
Yeah.
Emblems.
Yeah. But I want to talking about one thing. That if ONIC want to play a late game, I think
Yeah.
it's still a time bomb for them. Because look, they have Kari using the Marksman emblem, the Swift, the Festival of Blood, and even the Quantum Charge. Kari it's gonna be hard time to like taking down the Kari itself.
Yeah, and I remember we were mentioning also, like we were talking about it behind the scenes, that in terms of really stopping an AP BREN endgame push, it falls a lot onto the shoulders of Sans as that Eve. We were even talking about like, I wonder what ultimate few can get during that scenario. Of course, real-world manipulation for the Valentina makes a lot of sense, so that you stop or make it harder for the members of ONIC to defend. But then at the same time, I think we also agreed, hey, it'd be spicy if Few ended up picking up the wild charge of the Grok.
And using the flicker.
And use the flicker, like flicker combo like the Grok to entry it. Yeah, that'll be a
Boom,
good way.
kaboom.
Kaboom, kaboom. I
Yeah.
like that. Kaboom, kaboom.
So the game, I think, it depends on if AP BREN do some mistakes.
Oh,
like
yeah,
maybe
definitely.
just one by one get picked off by ONIC. It can be different story.
yeah, and as
And
we
look at the item.
items still just up to a BOD for the Grok. Claudia really already has the trinity of items, but now it seems like Carrie's going to be rushing for that win in nature. And it's only just an Ice Queen wand and a glowing wand for the Eve. So Eve damage still wouldn't be that big of an issue for AP BREN. They still have to watch out for it. But one of the biggest problems right now for ONIC is that the roamer is struggling. Still only just a silent roam on him.
5 dead, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
For
5
Kiboy
deaths.
is always when he trying to like
yes.
get inside, the enemies just pick Kiboy off.
Yeah,
Never
0-5-1.
give him the chance to like making a momentum using the Tyrant Revenge and Tyrant Rage.
Yeah, and again, it's ironic because that's exactly what was happening to the members
The
of
second game.
BREN Esports, Flap
Uh-huh.
Teasy, with a Divine Judgment. Now this time it's Kiboy who got Divine Judgmented.
Oh, and now we're looking at the groups.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. This is great. Good update. Okay, why am I not surprised? Thought I was already 0-1, but they got one. Wait. They got 1 point.
Yeah, that was the game that you mentioned they won earlier.
2-1 before.
Yeah.
Dude,
Mm.
they won 1 point. That's amazing. Let's see. Burnex Flash 3 or SGPH 3, Echo 3. Oh, Group A is already looking pretty tough here. A lot of 2-0s.
Yeah,
A lot of 2-0s.
Pretty
It's gonna be tough to
Yeah.
chase it. But for the Group B, anything can still happening.
Yeah.
Any teams can still qualify, I think, because it's so tight.
Yeah, and it's still incredibly early. The age-old story, not age-old story, but the story of Bigatron Alpha and Aura Fire continues. If you were watching us or with us during the challenge season, there was a day where they were fighting their qualifying game, but then they also came from a qualifying tournament for the Indonesian national team. It was crazy. A crazy day for Bigatron Alpha and Aura Fire. And look, they're currently at the top of the standings.
Looking at Group A, do you guys think like it will change around? Because right now, Burnex Flash, RGPH, and Echo is top 3. Do you guys think that will change, or that's just gonna be the status quo from now on?
That was actually my personal top 3 for Group A.
Yeah.
Burnex Flash,
It's my
RGPH,
personal.
and
Gee,
Echo.
thanks guys.
Sorry, man.
You know the Giants was there. Thanks.
Sorry.
But Red Giant is strong.
Yeah, I'm not counting them out. I
Yeah.
mean, they weren't in my prediction. But
I'm not
I'm
thinking
not
they are
counting them
weak.
out.
I'm not counting.
Okay. Cool.
You know what, Leo and Gideon, I think the game's about to start. Yes, we're gonna have an argument here. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, I hope you guys are able to figure it out amicably and in a civil manner.
Not everybody knows that LaFell can't count, but don't worry, people will be more informed after this particular game because we still need to find the conclusion of who's going to be able to win this series, and it's important that they do to get those sweet 3 points overall.
Yep. So here we go. Back into the land of dawn. It's about a minute and a quarter. There you go. So can confirm, yes, it is going to be a Luminous Lord that will be scored by, at this point, inevitably, AP BREN, unless something goes on. Unless ONIC is able to unlock one of their clutch genes, go Ultra Instinct and say,
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that they were walking into the Animus or something. Like, what kind of a heritage is there? Where is this clutch gene coming from? Because it's one of those situations, especially with the Lord advantage that we are seeing, yes, it looks great for AP BREN. The question is closing out the games. We saw it with ONIC Esports, right? Oh, hey, cool. Another one of those pause. Maybe there's a pause gene.
maybe. But I'm pretty sure that's not on our players. They look great. They've been playing amazing throughout game 1 and 2. So I'm pretty sure it's something that is just a hair's reach out of our control that we're trying to figure out. So now, yeah, folks can confirm they are actually just arguing. LaFell's holding up fingers. He's trying to count.
I don't know if he's trying to count or he's trying to remember how to flip somebody off. One or the other here. It's a little tough to tell.
We can't show that.
We can't show that, and also, we're pretty far away from them.
Yeah, I can't tell, but we can't show that on air. But yes, all the more reason why this match matters, all right? Our officials are actually getting to the bottom of things, and just by their body language, right? You can tell that even if ONIC is down that much, again, it's not an understatement, folks. Almost 9,000 gold down, the whole map. And of course, 6 kills. Not to mention the EXP. There's no way for us to track that. But yes, looking at the numbers, right?
Yep.
They look okay. Look, it's just another day in the office. And today, their lovely office is in a beautiful studio that, you know, ESL
we
set
cannot
up
mention
for
the
us.
address, but
Yeah.
yes, it's totally great. It's huge. It's huge. And more importantly, this entire area has now become like almost, I wouldn't say an MPL village, but definitely a global MLBB player
Yeah, the
village.
MMR here is amazing.
Yeah.
I am so insecure about my gameplay right now.
I'm scared to pull out my phone and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play some rank while these players pass by me. No, can't do that. Can't do that.
Yep. Just don't click nearby. That's it. Just look at who's nearby. Oh, all of the badges, all of the MPL badges.
It doesn't feel good. I'll tell you that. It does not. You will feel very insecure. I can definitely understand how fans feel when they go in for those special guest moments, meet the team sort of situations. It is nerve-wracking.
Yep. Again, to meet your heroes, to meet these stars, these icons larger than life. I mean, if you're talking about Keyboy, MVP, MSC 2022. You're talking about Kyrie, the one MVP champion in his first season as an import. You're talking about Chewe. You're talking about Gilak Sands. You're talking about Nice Guy Boots.
Nice Guy Boots. Love the man. Love the man.
Right?
Love everything he stands for. Because it's one of those things where EXP laners are like, oh, we expect you to be the big playmaker, zone out everybody and kill everybody at the same time. But Nice Guy Boots, he's a real EXP laner.
He's a G.
He's a G.
He's a G, both in and out of the game. Talking about these 2 mid laners, we talked about Gilak Sands. How about idol ng mga kids few? All right? How about... All right, we're just going a little too fast from camera to camera. I'm trying to hype them up, but you understand. You understand the fact that this is a high-profile match, and it doesn't even feel like 11:45 in, man. It feels like 27:32 in.
It does.
That's a specific number.
It really is. It really is. And more importantly, it feels like time is a little stretched here, especially when they get into those games. Moments last a little bit longer. Neutral fights especially. It's either super decisive, you blink your eyes, it's already gone, or it takes forever that you're holding your breath till you almost pass out.
Oh, man, this throws me back to mid-2020.
Mid-2020?
Yeah, you know the longest game in MLBB history?
Oh, I do.
MPL Philippines Season 5. ONIC versus SGD. 54-36.
I remember that because I finished my day of MPL. I went back home, took a shower, ate dinner, and you guys were still casting that game.
Yep, and I'm not even talking about ONIC Omega Season 8. That was something else entirely. I'm talking about just in-game. All right, one more look at the items. Yeah, no, it's not an understatement to say that Cheweski is starving. compared to Super Marco.
I mean, Super Marco is always going to be eating good. Look at the amount of peel he has, and especially when your peeler is literally so big, so well fed, and more importantly, he is significantly ahead of the curve. Like, he shouldn't be in this position in the first place.
Yep. Again, AP BREN, for those of you guys just catching up to us now, just expedited their early and mid. They got to this position wherein carries light wheels feel like they've been hitting you since you were in the 3rd grade, all right? You've been taking these stacks, and it hurts. And yeah, this was such a well-picked hero. This was such a well-placed pick, especially since you're running it right into what? The likes of a Fredrin, the likes of Kufra, the likes of a Grok. Yeah, no, just on a draft perspective alone, just from that angle, AP BREN was set up for success. So now, ball is in ONIC's court. Like, how are you guys going to bounce back?
I think the more impressive thing is the fact that they blind picked it. They're like, oh yeah, you're going to get Claude? Sure, I'm going to get Carry, but I have no idea what else you're going to pick. And luckily, it just happened to be a bunch of tanks because that's what I would assume that's what ONIC has been practicing time in and time out. Because again, I'm not seeing any of the weirder picks that we've seen from MPLID, like the Boxias, the Angelas. I mean, Ling usually gets taken out anyway, so that's okay.
If anything, that's showing through in the bans. You're seeing a first phase Ling ban, a first phase Uranus ban.
Oh yeah, Paquito ban.
Yeah, those three alone, almost kind of confirm that, yeah, we're going to have to revert to pre-patch metagame, yeah? Because for you to get the Angela, you have to have the Uranus and the Ling. Those are your prerequisites.
Yeah, usually those are your prerequisites. I think what's even more interesting is that people have been calling this meta very reminiscent of what M2 and some people would argue M3, but mainly in that period between of when you got these big tanks, the diversification and the at least you're accessible to the assassins before the meta went straight down into the hypercarry meta.
Yep, I don't totally agree, and I don't feel bad about it because yes, it is a flashback. Yes, it is a renaissance for a lot of these heroes, a lot of these playstyles. But now we have the wisdom and the systems in game to make sure that it doesn't degenerate the way that meta did. Right? It's so much more action-packed now. Objectives are so clear. Playstyles are more refined. So yeah, I think it shows in the game times alone. Very few games go past the 20-minute mark. I've done the math. I've counted it. Very few games. Compare it to when that meta was rampant. That's when Ube was starting to become a thing. That's when Lord's dances were slowly being built, right? Talking about the early days of the cha-cha. So yeah, those games were very long. Those felt very, very, very long, drawn out. This time around, though, good clip.
Yep, very good clip. I mean, it's not even like the major changes, it's the minor changes that have been done. But with that being said, we're going to throw it and see what the analysts have to say about the entire situation.
Before we even talk about anything, right? I got to address the disrespect, all right? You guys say I can't count? Where here's the thing. I can do my alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Get the Samsung phone. It's amazing. S23 series, Galaxy S23 Ultra. Get the phone. Amazing screen. Amazing gameplay. Again, grab this now, and we're going straight into the game.
All right. Finally, thank you so much again to Samsung Galaxy for helping make this possible. We're back in about 30 seconds until this next Lord, Luminous Lord.
Luminous Lord, it's going to be important. I'm glad the Samsung Galaxy can help LaFell get his alphabets down. I was about to say count the alphabets on his fingers.
He was kind of. He was just going, I don't know why you did that. To help guide you, I guess?
It gives direction. It's important, okay? I can't blame him because I kind of do the same thing, especially if I'm saying it backwards. I can't do that. But with 6 seconds left on the clock, look at the map pressure that they have across the board.
Again, map is looking blue. Even with a big fat wave brought in by good guy Boots down bottom, they're keeping Ogwin there to make sure that no one cuts right through that main artery in mid. So with that being said, this is as free a Lord as it gets. Again, 96% to 4. Like, there's no way ONIC should try and force one.
Yeah, it's really tough. And especially if you're in Kyrie's position, you're looking at this and like, man, I am still 2 levels down. So they're going to have to go for this defense, right? And this fat wave up topside is going to net them at least a tier 1, but that really doesn't change the situation.
Oh, wait. Because they have miscalculated, because like that wave down bottom is actually very thick. There's another one crashing through. So maybe AP BREN should answer back, But just the same, this actually helps them orchestrate a 3-way wave sync much, much faster, though. It's better for them, so I guess they're in control still.
No, this is great. This is great for them because now they just manipulate the waves, wait for it to all kind of pile up, and then start pushing it out. Notice that ONIC Esports, right? Where is Keyboy?
Where is Keyboy? This is a weird setup. This is a bush that he should not be in, and yeah, there you go. He's recalling back. I guess he crossed the threshold a little too soon.
I mean, he was hoping for it. Wait, he stopped. Wait, he stopped for half a second there. He's going to be back home late.
He's fine. Should be enough time for them. RWM coming in from Suns.
Yeah, but Kyrie is instantly going to die down as Super Marco just chunks him out with the true damage. Keyboy charges up, and again, nobody is in range, and BREN is hyper aware of the situation. They're going to wait for the second wave before they do this and crack open an inhibitor.
All right. Save for the kill on Kyrie. That was an almost perfect defense. ONIC Esports able to keep all of their inhibitors, and of course not give away too much except maybe for the life of Kyrie. Pretty good. Look at Keyboy with the jump.
Oh, he flickers right into the wall. He tries, it doesn't. Boots is able to make it work. They take out Super Marco, and now this defense is looking mighty fine.
More than just that, they picked off a key player in Super Marco who was deathless in game 1.
Holy, those tech pauses were all for this one moment. Double flicker coming in from both Boots and as well as Keyboy. A wild charge that, and not even the wild charge, the nature's barrier into Keyboy, pushing him into it. That was insane.
Maximum synergy. ONIC, they're not out just yet, all right? They're doing their darndest to close this almost 10K gold gap between them and AP BREN. There's another Lord coming in, about a minute, and just the same, ONIC. And this is the right thing to do, folks. When you're in this situation, you just don't cross the river.
Yeah, you don't cross the river, you don't give too much information. We look back at the EXP, earn negative 3,000, but in terms of turret damage, that's the important thing for AP BREN, right? Take away the inhibitor turrets, make it even more difficult for ONIC Esports to actually control the map.
And folks, just to explain why it's a negative, AP BREN is coming to the point where they're not gaining XP anymore. They've all reached level 15, so that's why those numbers are as such. But just the same, that doesn't mean it's good for ONIC because they're still at a deficit. See some of them? Keyboy specifically, still at level 12. His kit isn't as maxed out just yet.
Yeah.
So, again, the numbers are still on AP BREN's side, who are now at, again, just the borderline 10K gold lead. Where does that put them? Again, safe to say, those comebacks are only going to come in when they're inside their base.
Yeah, truly. Because I don't think ONIC Esports is willing to force it out just yet because they're important resources. Imagine if it doesn't go well. That's instantly a game loss.
And it's impossible to come back. But just the same, maybe this is where you go for Hail Mary plays right now before the TikTok timers. Because if you try these things in TikTok timers, all the more it's inevitable that you just lose and you just allow for a push in mid. But wait, they find the jump and the pull!
Yep, instantly they take out Keyboy and they're trying to make sure that he dies, but no, he still survives as Flapteasy tries to zone out the back. Kyrie, unable to find any good targets when he praises Raphael, is able to take him out, chunks out two at the same time. Shadow strike towards Keyboy to keep it away as Super Marco walks finally free from the grasp of ONIC.
Maximum game sense. And of course, mechanical prowess. Few had not lost a touch. He's been playing even before MLBB Esports was a thing, and here is showing up why he is immortal, why he is eternal, why he is idol ng mga kids, and that bought a free Lord over for AP BREN. 2 for none, plus the Lord. Oh, the end is nigh.
That was insane coming in from Few. He really had the guts to stand in front of 3 people and be like, you know what? You guys are terrified of me, not the other way around.
This is my game. This right here, this is I am you. That's what he said. I am you. I was a little confusing, saying why is Boost just? Oh, it's actually Few. So with that being said, big Luminous Lord marching down bottom. BREN Esports doing their best here to actually just sink all of the waves. This is very reminiscent of, again, their Season 11 run. They're so clean. They're so calculated. They were BREN Esports back then. Now they're AP BREN, and all the more They're just calling the shots. This could be the last fight, Gideon.
This really could be the last fight. If ONIC is able to survive, they can recover, but this is assuming they win this fight. Kyrie is holding back 2 for now. Backline is falling. CW is pulling that Lord to himself. Real World Manipulation comes out. Ogwen!
Nice jump in, and they're dancing through. Kyle's easy! Help's gonna kill!
The Lord is still crashing down to the base, and CW tries his best while charge to knock him up, and it's too late. AP BREN takes the game 2-1. GG, well played.
ONIC left real